We're going to move over here and do the wooden coaster first. So if we look back at that original picture, we've got a white wooden coaster that connects to the back path. And the way we're going to do that is to come over here into this area, and we're going to open up the coaster editor, and at the bottom we're going to select the wooden coaster. And this works like the path tool in that when I hold down the Alt button, it places the direction of the coaster. And yes, I want to add a station. Now I get the coaster editor here. Before I start editing the coaster, I'm going to delete this first node. And I'm going to hold the control key down when I have the coaster house selected, and I'm going to rotate the coaster house. Then I'm going to move it a little bit closer to the path. And I'm going to apply a retexture to the coaster house to match what we had in the original video. So I selected Material 5 and Wooden Doors. And I believe I applied the brick texture to the rest of it, the Gray Brick 3. And you can even retexture the railing. Oops. Okay, so that looks good, and I think it looks like our original picture. Hard to see, but it does. So now I'm going to go ahead and select the first coaster node, and I'm just going to very quickly build out this coaster. I click on the editor. It may or may not turn out like the original video, but just so you can see how the coasters are built. It's a lot like Roller Coaster Tycoon, and that is simply point and click. Just like the path tool, I can increase and decrease the length of the coaster, or the track rather. Now another option I have here is when I'm building a node, I could actually turn on additional supports either to the left or the right or both. And I'm going to retexture this coaster to white down here with texture. Okay, again, you know, we're using the quick coaster builder here. It's not meant to be an actual ride. If we were actually building this out, we could use some of these tools up here, the rotate and the scale and the move, and actually click each node and make modifications to them. On move, we can move the coaster nodes around. In this case, we're just doing it to build a quick coaster. And I'm going to click the Finish button. So now I have something similar to what I had in the original screenshot. I've got a coaster there. Turn on the Test button, and let's ride that coaster. And I'm betting we won't make it up the next hill. It's gonna be close. We made it. Okay, so I didn't put any brakes or additional platform in there, so the coaster just rolled through the house. But you get the idea of how to build a coaster. If you want to stay aboard, let's build the other mega coaster. And I'll go through this one pretty quickly as well. We'll do another video tutorial on coasters specifically. And again, in the interest of time, I'm going to bring this and loop it back around at the station. Those clouds are just awesome. And I would hate to ride this one because I haven't put in any brakes. You're going to be going back through the coaster house at 400 miles an hour. Now, one quick thing I do want to mention in case you're building coasters, you can actually move the nodes or the support nodes around. Up here on the coaster editor, you have the support button. When you open that up, you can actually click the purple icon or purple ball and move the nodes off the path or off the rides as needed. You can also delete those and add custom supports here. Okay, so for this video, that is good enough. Let's take a quick ride on this one. We almost didn't make that hill. And I don't think we're going to make it around here. That's okay. This is one of those backwards coasters. Okay, so now we should have a theme park that looks like our original picture with the coasters in there. Okay, I think that looks great. We accomplished what we set out to do, and we replicated what we saw in the beginning of the video. We have a very nice looking park, decent looking roller coasters, even though we built them in a matter of a minute. And these poor people are stuck. They're going to have to swim over to the boardwalk. Hopefully you learned a lot about paths and some other things we did in this video. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions on things that I could do better, shortcuts that I could do while I'm building my park, please leave them in the video section. And this was video 2 in the Build With Me series, and I'll see you in video 3. Take care.